Good morning, guys. Coffee Talk Live. Guido coming at you from the left side of the Atlantic.
And it's Pilgrim from the correct side of the Atlantic with a 2-for-1 discounted Guido mug of the new style.
Brand new out yesterday.
Get your money in. Get your money in now. You get 2 for 1.
Yep.
Not really.
I haven't looked at that. I haven't even looked at it in months. I don't even know if I've ever sold any of those. But I do have my Friends of the Tank Museum sent by my friend from the right side of the Atlantic, the correct side of the Atlantic. And today's coffee is Tightrope from Highwire, which one of you all sent to me. I have it written down somewhere, but I can't remember right now. Which is a fantastic coffee. It's very good.
I like the way we've had this conversation before. I like the way that coffee aficionados can actually, you can work out the differences between coffee. I can have coffee is coffee. I can do it with tea, obviously. I can do it with tea, but with coffee, it's all the same stuff, unless it's that skull crusher stuff that blows your ears.
Then you add that your brain just explodes.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at it.
You have an appreciation of it. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't tell you. Like, I couldn't drink it and go, "Oh, that's a Arabic bean or a or a Colombian bean." I can't. There's no way I can't do that. I just know when it's really good and dark and strong, like my men.
That's another subject for another time, I think, Guido.
Might be the coffee talking. I don't know.
We'll do the YMCA dance at the moment.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Here we are at Coffee Talk. You know what, Pilgrim?
What?
It's that time of year where the throttle's about to go into 5 stages, and it's going to come hot and heavy now.
It is.
Because there's a couple things starting tomorrow, which we'll talk about. We've got, so how's it usually go? It goes, we got Labor Day going on today.
We have.
And then we've got Halloween hype.
Yes.
And then we have
and
over here we have Thanksgiving, which will be on the NA server. There'll be some kind of Thanksgiving. Canadians and the US generally do that stuff. And then there's going to be, of course, Christmas, the holiday ops. And then the New Year's, we don't talk about it too much, but it really extends deep into January with Wargaming, because they do the Russian New Year, which is the Orthodox version, which is later into January.
Yeah, so we got 5 big hitters coming up.
And there's been traditionally a marathon at the beginning of the year after Christmas. We're in the midst of one right now. I don't know if there'll be another one. I don't remember if there's...
It'd be hard-pressed to find a tank that would be a seller at that point.
Well, I think they kind of save it for the boxes, right? If they're going to do the Halloween boxes again... Was there a tank? There was a tank in the Halloween boxes, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was but it wasn't. I want to say it was a lower tier. I'm trying to think now.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the Basante was one of and the G-Sor were the 2 Christmas boxes.
Christmas boxes, yeah.
Was it the T-77? I don't remember. Where's Cliffy?
Cliffy could tell us. Special K, it could be the T-70. I thought it was a TD. I thought. I want to say something along the lines of Super Hell.
Don't know.
No,
don't know.
Wasn't that. No.
Special K, Stickler, Odd Dog. Good morning, guys. Welcome. What was I talking about? Oh, the acceleration.
Yes.
So strap in, man. Strap in. Make sure your seatbelt is tight, because we're about to launch off. And ranked is, like I said, ranked is starting. We'll get into that, because there's a couple interesting rewards and things in ranked. Look for information on Monday about one of them.
Don't give anything away.
Well, I did a review on the Charlemagne. So the Charlemagne's out there, and we'll break it down later today. But the Charlemagne is one of the bond tanks. Is a tank for bonds that's opened up in a special bond shop through ranked. The regular bond shop has new tanks in it too, which we'll also cover later in case you didn't know that. So I'll take a look at those. But the Charlemagne, you have to play ranked to get to, and then you can buy it for bonds for 15,000. And it's okay.
It's not a massive price, is it?
It is. That's a lot. Yeah. Well, the thing about ranked though is you can get discounts for doing missions and and ranking up. So, but the bad news is you have to play tier 10. We'll get to that a little bit later. However, the reward tank for ranked, which was the Concept 1B this last time, and was a Kampfpanzer 50T 2 times ago, is the SP-114, I believe it's called.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A Chinese TD with a turret, a ridiculously accurate gun. By the way, this is all going off of the stats from the leak sites, not from my personal experience, if I had any.
Yes, if you
Anyway, we'll talk. We'll cover that as much. Well, we'll just look at the stats, and I'll tell you what I think of the stats.
Okay.
I can play this. I can play this stupid game as well as anybody else can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
Why not? I mean, I could always open up my own channel and just blurb it all out, couldn't I? Because
Yeah.
signed up to,
Yeah.
signed up to it.
That's not a bad idea. I think this is genius. You will be the official Guido leak site.
I could do, couldn't I? I could be the lead.
Yeah. So it's all the stuff that's leaked to me that I leaked to you.
Yes, and then you're saved from any third-party action, then, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like a double blind taste test kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. You've got a firewall.
And they're like, "Where'd you get that information?" Everybody's like,
Yeah, there. No, there. No, here. There. I don't know.
So check out the Charlemagne review. That's out. Next stream, I'm planning on streaming tomorrow. That's in sand, so I couldn't say that's in concrete, but I should be able to stream tomorrow. And the Stack Up charity stream, but we shall see, because that's actually a holiday and family will be home, and I don't know, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm doing the partnership videos with Wargaming. I wait for them to get the content stuff together as far as thumbnails and some other things. But I've been working on those over the last couple weeks, and one of them I'm working on is top 5 collector's tanks.
Right.
Top 5 collector's tanks. I talked about it on stream Friday, I believe. So I had my list, and I started playing the tanks so I get a little content and kind of reacquaint myself with them, because they're all tanks I hadn't played in a long time, really.
Right.
So I get the T-67 out. So my list was T-67, Jagdpanzer II, Firefly, AMX-30, the Tier 9 AMX-30, and the Tier 10 113, the Chinese 113, with an honorable mention to the T-62A, Tier 10 Russian medium, and the 3001D, a Tier 6 German medium. And I thought, well, that's good. That'll give me a Tier 5, a 6, an 8, a 9, and a 10. I'm like, that'll be cool. That kind of works for the video, right?
Sure.
That way you cover all the people who like different tiers and whatever. So, get the T-67 out, works. That's great. It's T-67. Didn't take me too many games, maybe 1 or 2 to get what I wanted. Kind of show its mobility, show its the seal clubbiness of it. It's kind of a legend of the seal clubbers, so I had to go on the list.
Yeah.
Then I got the JP2, so I could have a TD, a casemate, because I quite enjoy that casemate, actually, because it's mobile and the gun hits hard, and it's kind of an interesting tank.
Yeah.
That one took me 3 or 4 to get what I wanted, but I finally got the information or the content I wanted. Firefly took me a lot longer. I just got really bad games in the Firefly. I think you and I were.
The Firefly, actually. Why did you choose that? Because for me, that seems quite odd.
I love that tank. I 3-marked that thing. That's just a great tank, man. It is a good Tier 6 medium, and I picked it because it's weird to me that it's a collector's item. As a collector's tank as opposed to in the line. I guess it just really didn't fit the British line because it's a U.S. tank, although there's a couple of U.S. tanks in the line anyway, but whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a premium version of it, which is slightly different, and that's weird too, but that's not unprecedented in the game. It happens. So I got myself in the Firefly. The Tier 9 AMX-30, I immediately remembered why I liked it, because it's just a good tank, and I had a good game right off, and that was not a problem. So, long story longer, I get to the Tier 10s, and my choice is 113, so I get in the 113, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this, so start playing it. And it's a shit show.
Yeah.
It's just miserable. It's just, I'd have 5,000 damage games in losses, where we're just getting rolled up, and I'm just, I would have 1,900 damage games in Rompel Stomps.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't catch up. Everything is dying so fast, I couldn't get to any damage. I played about a dozen games. I'd say 8 to 10 maybe. Dozens probably exaggerating. Somewhere between 8 and 10 games, and it was pure misery. And I went, I got nothing here. I have no content here where I can honestly go, hey, here's why I think you should get the 113.
Right. Okay. I was going to say that's the hook.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to create the content to let people know, this is a good top 5 tier tank.
Yeah.
If you're not having the games to show that, you haven't got the content. Absolutely.
Well, so you know why it was
over and above that, tier 10 is exactly like that these days, and it is a nightmare to play.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's my point. So I'm like, all right, is it tier 10 that's got me down? Is it the tank? Is it both? I just didn't have what I wanted. So I'm like, okay, well, I had another choice. I had the T62A. I'm like, well, let's get a more mobile tank, a medium tank. It's a hover tank. I quite remember enjoying this one as well when I was playing it first, because it was the first Soviet tier 10 medium.
Yeah.
So I went, all right, let's do this. I switch over. I put a mark through. I said 113 will be honorable mention. Let's go get the T62, and I'll put that one in the video.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Exact same thing.
Oh no. Yeah.
Exact same thing. I could not get it to work. And again, I would have some good damage games, but nothing was like, all right, here's a reason. Here's a reason why you would want to do this. Oh, Pilgrim.
The problem, in particular with T62A, it's overshadowed by the 430 series. So the 430U and the 432 and the 430 and so on. It's overshadowed. It's become a former of itself. It was a very good hover medium of its day.
Yeah.
It's not been brought up to date because people are going for the 430Us. They're not interested in the T62A, which is a shame because I loved that tank when it first came out. Absolutely.
And so I probably played 6 or 7 battles in that thing.
Right.
And I finally went, you know what? I'm switching. I'm just going to get the 3001D. I'm not even going to recommend getting another tier 10.
Right.
Because neither one of them, it was compelling enough to go, you got to get this thing, to make it on the list of the top 5. And I remember when I put the 3001, my son's getting picked up to go scalloping.
It was the postman.
No, not on Sunday. His friend's here to take him scalloping. I had the 3001.
Can I just tangent you on that? Right, that sounds very much like a North American Indian thing. Scalping. What's that?
Oh yeah, we go a couple neighborhoods out over and take some scalps.
Okay. I'm a Brit. Don't forget I'm a Brit. I've no idea what you guys are talking about half the time.
No. The tasty little. I don't know. What are they? Crustaceans, I guess.
Oh,
or shellfish, not crustaceans.
Scallop.
Scallop.
Yeah, okay, get you. All right. I just thought he had a tomahawk in his hand and he was off with his mates.
Yeah. Just a fun little thing we do on a Sunday morning around here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a Florida thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no big deal. No, they're heading out to the bay and do scalloping. They're delicious.
Right, okay, cool.
Yeah, so back to tier 10. The 3001D was on my short list, and I had it as honorable mention. I went, all right, let's just go play that. So I grab it, and that's why right here, it is in my garage.
Right.
Showing you guys this thing. So it only had, I think, the rammer on it. I threw vents, a rammer, and I was looking at it, and I went, you know what? I've had so little fun with tier 10.
Yeah.
Let's put a turbo on this already fast thing and just rage around. Yeah. At tier 6 and see what happens in it. And I had one game with almost 3,000 damage in a tier 6 battle, raging around with this thing, and I went, well, content done, got it. And I have a discussion item for Sunday and the video on what a mess tier 10 is, man. Isn't it just?
It's and I'm not blaming the game, I'm not blaming players or anything. It's just that the accepted, I don't know, I don't want to call it the meta, but the accepted gameplay at tier 10 used to be a set parameters. Now it's all over the place. People just do their own thing, and you're like, I can't figure out what is needed. I'm either too slow into the battle, like you're saying, get virtual. I've had 800 damage games, which we've won. I've got 800 damage. I'm in an IS-7.
Yeah.
What's that about? I've had absolute massacres, 15-1 massacres against me, but I've had a 4,000 damage game, and I'm thinking, I don't know how you do this anymore. It's too much.
Well, I mean, if you get a couple new players, and one of the games I was playing, our 50B, one of our good heavies, goes into the back corner, A1 or whatever it was. I don't remember which corner it was, and sits there and fires 24 shots, hit 7 of them, and penned 3.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's just shooting at pixels of hold down guys, because everyone's hold down. At tier 10, everyone is in the good spot and crossfires, and everyone's accurate. And although he didn't seem to be very accurate, I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was, I don't know.
He was just sitting there plinking away. This is how you do it, plink, plink.
But if you get a couple, 3 of those guys on your team, and the other team has, pushes to the right spot together with 5 or 6 tanks, and there's only 2 or 3 of you, that the route is on, man.
Yeah, you
right?
can see it happening before you. Just as you set off. When you look at the deployment, I mean, we've talked about deployment losses before. Well, on tier 10, deployment loss is a thing. Because as soon as you start to move and you look around where people are moving, you're thinking, oh, no. I mean, I had that one with the beach, Overlord. And I this is prior to my chat ban. Sorry. And I typed in, please do not go to the beach.
The cause of your chat ban?
No,
or the run-up, part of the run-up?
Straight after that, because that got me going. I got really salty because I typed in, please don't go to the beach, let's win the 8-9 line, and then we'll figure beach out. I got told to S the F up 3 times off 3 different people. So I went, right, okay, get into Latin. So I got my old Latin translator out, and I typed in some various salty messages back to them in Latin, so I knew Wargaming wouldn't figure out what it was all about. And then within 24 hours, I got the email to say, we've reviewed your chats, you're banned. And by the way, it's a 4-day ban because you had a 3-day ban last time. I thought, well, they know Latin. Bloody Wargaming.
Did you mention to them that it's a dead language and it shouldn't be a...
Well, when I replied to the ticket, because I sent the ticket in to ask why I was banned, because I always do. I know why I was banned, but I always ask for the ticket. And they send me the script of what I actually said. And they said, the bottom, I should actually screenshot it. The bottom line said, we do and can read Latin. I was like, okay, fair one.
That's horse crap. Nobody there reads Latin. They translate it. Google can read Latin, you clowns. I don't know. Maybe there is somebody who's got,
Well, I don't know.
I mean, my mom can. She's a Latin teacher, actually.
There you go. See.
All right. Yeah. So I got the 3001D. And I had a great time. Tier 10 is expensive, Wayne. Absolutely. That's one of the things that's going to go into the video. I'm going to talk a little bit. I have to be careful because it's a partner video, and I'm trying to, promote things and say, hey, here's some cool collector's tanks. But that'll be part of it. Like, look, the honorable mentions are the 2 tier 10s. I recommend you get tier 10s as a collector. Right now, I don't recommend playing much tier 10 unless you absolutely have to. I mean, it gets bonds. I will say, you can get bonds. Here's the thing about tier 10. And you talked about deployment losses, and I've been thinking about this, and I'm like, now what is the deal with this? And how is it that you can't pull some of these games back from the brink? It's very hard to do so at tier 10.
Yeah.
If you start the game with 2 teams and you look at your first of all, it is very unlikely. Let me back up. A lot of times you're relying on, if you have a bad deployment, on the other team having a bad deployment.
Yeah.
And that's more likely down at lower tiers or a mediocre deployment. At tier 10, it's unlikely that you're going to have a bad deployment with 2 teams. So if you start driving out and your team has the bad deployment, you are almost guaranteed that the other team will not. It's that whole thing, like 50% of people are stupid, and if the person next to you is Einstein, you're the stupid one, So,
exactly.
So you're like,
I'm with stupid.
Yeah. Most tier 10 teams are good. If you aren't a bad one, the other one's probably good.
Yeah, that's the whole point. You're quite right. At that level, if you've got 80% of the team who know how to play and are good players, and your team is 20% of the team are good players, then it's an automatic loss from the start. I mean, I'm not saying XVM and all that lot, I don't have it. But when you start to look at the deployment and you start to see people deploying in places that you just know is a bad place, and then you start to see the enemy team being lit up and they've gone to the right place.
Right, and that's what you start. Yeah, you start to get a sense of, oh crap,
Yeah.
they went to the right place. They're going to notice this overmatch and problem, and then they're going to do the right thing, and you're going to have a really hard time trying to bring it back from the brink.
But you can't bring it back. I mean, they will. It's called exploitation, isn't it? So they will exploit the overmatch straight away because they know that they can do that. They'll push you knowing that you've only got 2 teammates with you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my long story about the collector's tank. That video should be out next month sometime.
That's cool.
Trying to get those guys to do this stuff is a little bit slow.
I come back to the Firefly thing. I love it. I'm 57% win rate in it, but it is a Sherman variant, isn't it? So out of all the Sherman variants, that's the one you would go for because it's the one I would have gone for if I was doing a top.
The only thing I don't like about it is the depression.
Right. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's collector's tanks, so you only have a limited amount of tanks to pick from anyway.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the collector's ones, and that's, I don't even know if there's another. Actually, there is another Sherman in there. Interestingly, the Jumbo's in there.
The Jumbo's in there, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that they moved the Jumbo over to the collectors. That was probably on my list too, but it was I was starting to get a lot of lower tiers. I wanted to get a couple of the higher tiers. So
sure.
Anyway, there you go.
Wayne had a good point. I think we spoke to before about tier 10. Just to cross the T and dot the I's. The 279 earlies and the chieftains. Not so much the chieftains these days because but it's the 279 earlies I'm seeing a lot of, and you're the same. You've seen a lot of them, haven't you?
Yeah.
So that makes the difference. I watched a platoon of those things roll across steeps and just massacre everybody. It was just horrible. I think I was in a tier 9. I think it was in the T30.
Do you have the same thing happen on Fjords?
Yeah. No. For George or Himmels.
Fjords and steeps.
Steeps.
for any new people, we do know it's steps. It's the joke. Yeah. 3TWI. I do not have drops. That was a campaign that was for some guys, some of the content creators who won the Czech challenge. So I do not have drops enabled as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it's only a one-off, isn't it?
Mm.
If you hang around, there's a competition at the end that might get you 1,000 gold, guys. 1,000 gold today. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, there were 15 people who got that. Okay, so
right. Okay.
We talked about coaching available. Guido at 1212gaming.com. I talked about the next stream. I think that's pretty much for channel news. Let's move on to missions and specials. You ready to shill? Everybody ready to shill?
We are ready to shill. Let me get my screen up. Let me have a look. There we go.
Right.
There it is.
Let's go back over to World of Tanks here. That's my terrible Boston accent.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Nobody would. That's why I told everyone. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go premium shop. So there's not much to be said, actually. The Sturv K.
Yeah.
Depends on what your percentage is. I got to 40% here, as you can see.
Yeah, I only got to 30, and it's not worth my while putting that much money into that tank, to be honest.
Yeah, today's the last day. The fast track stuff, the kits for the fast track are there. The 4202, these are exclusives. Some of you may not see these, as I've noted every time, but these are Twitch or Prime Gaming or the veteran thing. Will show up with those, IS3A and some other things for exclusives. So let's roll over. The gold thing is still going on as far as a little bit extra for using a credit card right here. Premium account, here's something I just noticed, and maybe I haven't scrolled for a while, but they now have this Wargaming premium account. You can get it from here as well. Has that been there the whole time?
I noticed that last week, yeah. What, is that for the 3?
It is, right. But the problem with it is that you don't get, so for example, if I do this, I get all these things too. You get the bonuses, but you get the reserve stock, an extra slot for excluding maps. You get the platoon bonus and some premium missions for daily missions, right?
Right, yeah.
Which is good. You know, that's all great. But if you do this, which is ships, tanks, ships, and airplanes, you only get this.
Oh, right. I didn't
So,
know that.
and each one of them, as far as I know, and I don't know about planes, but I think ships has a similar system where if you have a World of Warships premium, there's some other bonuses going on in there as well.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
So I don't know, man. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Why do it if you don't regularly play all three genres? If you like, why?
Right.
I wouldn't spend on it. I mean, there might be some who do. I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Weird.
They've changed the UI on it a little bit. It looks a little bit more professional, doesn't it? You know, if you look, they have, haven't they? Am I stupid, or have they? They have, haven't they? They've made it a bit shinier. No, anyway, let's move on. I don't know. It might be the extra RAM I've stuck in the computer. Never mind.
Look, man, if you're not careful, the nurse is going to have to come and take you back to your room.
Yeah. Okay. I've been let out for 3 hours.
All right. The Rudy is for sale. This is the one that can switch from Polish to Russian. You can actually switch nationalities on it. Right now, it's the only one. They were talking about doing that with multiples, but it's a one-off at this point. I don't know if they're ever planning on changing that. It's kind of interesting. It's an OK 3045 variant. The M is much better.
Yeah.
This one has the dog, right? Svarek or whatever his name is, and the dog barks. Yeah. So that's really, you're paying for two different nations for a tank, and a dog barks. And it's, oh my God. All right. Give me 1 second while I berate my son.
That's cool. He might have got some scallopies. Yeah, I think he's got a bucket full of scallops, and he wants now to go and take his tomahawk and do the neighbours. I think that's where it's at. I don't know.
This is classic. It's going fishing, right? Essentially.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, scalping. They're shellfish, so they're fishing. He says, "Hey, can you go in my room and take a picture of my fishing license, which I left in my room?"
Okay. Of course you can.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where I normally say, phone your mother.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, you know that thing I've done every Sunday morning for about 3 years now?
Yeah. So, yeah, but it's just that you were like, you're there. You can.
Dude, 17-year-olds, man. They don't. There's no. The only thought is for themselves. There's zero consideration for anyone else.
Well, no, absolutely. And do you want to know something? Do you want to know something, Guido?
No.
It never changes. My son's 30 years old. It's the same. Hence, my phone is off.
Yeah. Actually,
he will phone me to say, it's sunny outside, Dad. And I go, yeah. Right, and no, I just thought I'd phone you, let you know it's sunny.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see out my window. Thank you for that, son. Do you know what I'm doing right now?
I need you to go into my room and take a picture of my fishing license. That's actually pretty cool, though, if you think about it. I mean, what, 25, 30 years ago, that wasn't possible. You forgot your fishing license, you came back, you're screwed. Or you gambled and take a chance on it. The fact of the matter is, if he had half a clue, he'd know he could find it online, but whatever. Or maybe he would have taken a picture of himself as a backup. I don't know.
Selfie? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it is a rare occasion, Triple M. Definitely a rare occasion, son. But coming back to actually quite unique experiences, you've just had permission to go into his room. I would never have been allowed into my 17-year-old son's room for the sake of there could have been something in there he didn't want me to see.
Well, I go in there. I go in anytime I want. I don't search it. But there's no off limit area in my house. It's my house.
Yeah. It's not a democracy.
Now, I don't go kicking the door in when he's in there, doing whatever the hell he's doing. But yeah, I have no compunction about going and looking around if I need to. I've found plenty of stupid things.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
All right. Vehicles, what were we? That Sexton, we can buy the Sexton. The T27 is still for sale for 9 days. How long is the Sexton still out there?
Well,
you don't know because the little red thing is used for random things, as we've noted in the past.
we have, yes.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Maybe this says, if I click on this, does it say? Special offer? No, of course not. Why would it say how long
No.
it's for?
Why would it? Why would it? Just why would it?
Some do, some don't. You tell me why. I don't know. Help me understand why.
Should we talk artillery while we're on it? Good segue, that. Actually.
I suppose if we have to.
If we have to. I've just sold all my artillery. Apart from 2 tier 10s and the FE 304 for romantic reasons, because it's, well, whatever. I'm not in love with it, don't put it that way. But yeah, I've just got rid of them. I've played the last 3 days and had horrendous 3 days. I'm sure we all have. But you get those ups and downs with World of Tanks, you just got to roll with it. But I got to the point where I decided that artillery have no function in the game whatsoever. I wasn't doing anything in the way of damage, I wasn't doing anything, I was just non-combatant. I was a non-combatant sat in a tank on the red line, or an artillery piece. So I went through the whole lot over 2 days and sold the bloody lot. Got rid of them all, with the exception
Well, I mean, are you telling me you didn't drown yourself at the end of some battles or whatever? That seems to be a fun thing.
I drove up to a wall and fired the H in to kill myself and all that nonsense. Yeah, I did all that. Didn't get any satisfaction out of it at all.
Stunned your own teammates just because they weren't spotting?
Yeah, I just said, like you're all... Yeah, I was chat banned, so I couldn't actually type.
Oh, I was going to say, did you just type in Latin?
I typed, but it just
Worthless,
came out with a little
worthless,
warning saying you're chat banned.
worthless light tank. You need to scout for me. Is that no?
Yeah, uninstall noobs.
You know what I need? I need to go outside and cut a small stick for a dead horse stick.
yeah.
So every time we go off on a dead horse tangent, I can start. I can start flailing the dead horse.
There's a cracking meme out there somewhere. It was on the forums, and it is that little picture of a man in a top hat with a stick. And
oh yeah, that's old, man. Yeah, that's the classic. That's the classic.
Cool. It's cool.
All right, specials. Yeah, not too much. Again, the Rudy, the Sexton, as mentioned, the T27. So not a whole lot going on, to be quite honest, as far as shilling goes. What else we got? We've got Labor Day weekend, guys. All right, so some new stuff has come up. All right, that's nothing, just on track stuff. We do have a free XP conversion, my friends. So this one's the good one. It's 1 gold to 40. That's as good as it gets, as I recall.
Yeah.
So that's good. You can also free XP to crew XP. I don't know why you would really do that in these days and these days and ages, but you might. I don't know.
Well, yeah, each to his own, I guess.
Crew qual, crew training, 50%. Now's the time. Fix your crews.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this does go through Monday and ends on Tuesday, so you actually have tomorrow to, if you're thinking about it, sit down, having a good think about what you want to do with this.
Well, that's a good point. That is. Do you know what? Thank you for that, because I didn't realise, because I've just sold all the artillery pieces I had. I've got some massive crews in there, some really skilled crews, because I've been playing artillery since day one. So I can now get them retrained and resorted into decent tanks, and they've all got 4 or 5 skills.
There you go.
Hey, happy days.
That's what I did with all mine. We were discussing it before we came on. I used to say I have every tier 10 in the game, but I do not have all the already. I only have the 261. The only reason I rebought it was to test the new artillery. So, I mean, I sort of have it in my brain at some point I'll rebuy it, but as you can see, I've only got 2.8 million. I keep finding ways to spend. They have a consumable sale, or you guys have someone does a request and I don't have it fully equipped because I still haven't got everything reset up from the equipment change, and I spent all that money too. So it's good. It's good when you get that stuff. But look at this. Everything's 50%, man. Decals, emblems, inscriptions, and effects. So 50% off. You gotta like these weekends. These are always nice. And there's a discount on tanks, so I didn't realize until today.
Really? I didn't know that.
Wait, what?
Where does it say that?
The following Czechoslovakia regular vehicles are not eligible for a discount. All right, that is cheese. That is actually...
Bad, isn't it? Yeah.
That is stupid. What on earth?
That is wrong. That is wrong. Because
Is there a special for them for some reason? I don't think so. Are they on? It's not on track.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Let me click on it.
So they exempted the new line.
Yeah, and that's the only reason, because it's a some form of monetarization.
Are you actually serious here?
Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah. Look at
Every now and again, this company. Hold on. Every now and again, this company goes off on a stupid tangent that makes it look like the money-grubbing goobers that not everybody, a lot of people think they are. And they're able to point at just unforced errors like, what in the actual F are they getting out of that? Yes, a lot of people are grinding it right now. A lot of people are grinding a lot of lines right now. Why would you make a discount? Maybe I'm going off the rails. Maybe is there a special for these? I don't know. I don't think so. Are they already discounted somehow? I don't think so.
No, they're not. No, they are full price. I mean, let me go to my Czechoslovakian tech tree. I'll tell you now.
I got to tell you, folks, I do not understand this. I can't figure out why somebody even had that idea.
No, because for me, I would have had the opposite idea. I would have get it discounted because people are actually grinding this, so we can get more in. More people will do it because it's now cheaper to do it. You know, people hold off for things like, discounts and that. Of course they do, because it's the best value. So if you're currently grinding a line and it's a new line, what better way to incentivize is to make it discounted, and everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon. But to exclude it from the discount...
Dude, with all the monetization that they have in this game in various ways, what's the word I don't want to use a banned word for being cheap. For being cheap. Let's just say it plain English, for being cheap.
Cheap, yeah.
Of all the ways for being cheap and all the monetization...
There was what reason is that?
Dude, I am actually at a loss for words here. I cannot believe it is such a cheesy ass thing.
Isn't it? And the thing is, it's a little one-liner below. You probably, if you were looking at that, you probably scroll past that, and not even read it. You go scrolling down to look at other stuff, the pretty shiny stuff underneath, and you probably wouldn't have even read that.
I mean, you're giving 50% gold discounts on all kinds of stuff. You're just like, here's a bunch of great deals, and we're gonna have these discounts on vehicles, and then this line, sorry, because a lot of people are grinding it, you don't get it.
You could not write this, could you? You couldn't sit down and write this stuff, although somebody has. Oh dear. We were actually going to go and show people how to get to the store, weren't we? But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I feel like.
I mean, I don't want to make too big a deal of it because it's such a small thing, but it's such a spiteful, cheesy, goofy, stupid thing to do.
I don't think.
Like, how much extra money do you suppose that got them out of this event?
That's the point.
Right?
It's not going to make them millions, is it?
Because it's really is kind of secondary and tertiary, sort of tangential. These are tanks you grind. Yes, monetization wise, you do buy things to help you grind, but it's not a direct. There's no direct benefit to this. It's not like you can go, well, we won't discount it, and then that'll make us X amount of money. They don't know. They know in the background it will, because people won't get it for cheaper.
There's behind it because not many people buy silver to go and buy a tank.
Well, it's everything though, right? Times 5 of missions and whatever things you might buy to help you grind. Premium account, blah 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 blah.
Quantify that.
You can't. I know they do, and they can, but it's one line in a. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yes, it's the current line, and there's probably a lot of people grinding it, but good God, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I say, if you'd made it discounted, you'd probably have more people attempt it. Surely not. Surely, is that not human nature? Ooh, % off that. I think I'll grind a bit harder.
Let's move on. I just
move on.
That's just
show how to get to the store.
That's shocking. Shocking.
It is shocking.
All right.
Good job I'm sat down, sir.
Yeah. All right. All right, these missions. Let's talk about these missions, guys. In case you didn't know, the Labor Day missions, I'll show you in the UI in just a minute. You get an iron token seal. From what I can tell, you can only get one. And there's a kind of a twist on this one. In case you didn't know, you have to go acquire your thing that you're going to get. So we'll get out of Chrome. Go into your UI. It's in the depot. Don't ask me why it's not in the store. I don't know. It's down here on Homefront Supplies, and then you have the Labor Day store. So if you've finished, and this is the missions I'm talking about, Labor Day weekend, this right here, which I have done, 5,000 damage, top 10, is this wins? No, top 10 experience earned 15 times, top 10 experience earned. Okay, another version of the same thing. And then you can get 3 shells, which gives you, wait a minute, hold on. Shell token, where's my iron? Is this it? There it is, iron seal. There you go. So you get 3 of these. So if you do this 3 times, it appears, you get 3 of these. When you get 3 of these, you get 1 of these. Okay, so you have your iron seal token. Go to the depot, the depot. Go to
I'm at the depot.
Go to the Homefront Supplies and look at Labor Day store. Click that, and now you get to use your 1 coin. This is a coin. So we have 2 seals and a coin. And then you pick one of these styles, which, of course, you can't see what it looks like in the UI. Ugh.
Well, I'll tell you now, I haven't got Labor Day. I haven't got Labor Day in the depot. I can't get there.
Well, you're not done with the missions then.
Oh, I haven't even started them. So you've got to actually do the missions before it...
Well, yeah, it won't show up. So that's how you do it, fellas.
Okay. Oh.
Good morning, Sparky. This is what these things look like. They're right here. So if you... Oh, gee, I got to go back to Chrome, for goodness sake. All right, there we go. Here's what the styles look like. They're down at the bottom of this article if you want to see them. For some reason, they don't let you see it in the UI, which blows my mind, but there you go. And I don't know. Let's see. Overlord, Rat Rod. What should I get? I think I'm getting Overlord.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to get Overlord.
Okay. I mean, we've had them before. Conquer the Stars. We've had those before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Or something similar, but I like that one. I like Dazzle. Dazzle's quite cool. And, yeah, Overlord is... I don't know. You really get those tank traps and stuff on the side of your tank? That'd be cool. Reward
received. Overlord. Let me get rid of this again. 0. Why does that say 0?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I hope I got it. I don't know. 0. And it doesn't even show what it looks like. All right, fine. So if we come in here and we go to preset, and there's Overlord right there. If we put it on, it looks like that, which is the Overlord map. It's just the Overlord map.
Okay, yeah. I like the map camouflage. Some of the specialist camouflages are a little bit iffy in my opinion, but the map ones are cool. I like those.
So there you go. That's how you do that. Holy cow!
See, Stickler has Dazzle on his cannon and cannon.
I like the Dazzle. The Dazzle's cool.
I got told once, and this is probably a myth.
Told off?
No, I got told once.
Oh.
I've been told off many times, but I got told once. And I think it's not a myth. There is something behind this. Is that if you pick a camouflage to put in your tank that disrupts the tank's how it looks, it's harder to hit the weak points. because you're distracted by other things. Things are in it. You're looking, you're going, is that?
Well, the 3D styles do some of that. Dimsy, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the show. Yeah, some of the 3D styles do that. A lot of people turn a lot of the effects and stuff off for that very reason. Some of the really good players that are CCs, some of the super unis that are some of the CCs have a lot of stuff turned off, and they play at kind of lower settings. Some of them even claim that some of the lower settings work with the hitbox issues. It's just easier to tell where things are. I don't know. I like the eye candy. It doesn't bother me too much. So,
well, for me, and I was educated by you, is that a lot of the good players like yourself and above, they also turn the sound right down as well. I mean,
some of them, some of them have them up though. A couple of the really good ones talk about, and then you've got the surround sounds. They can hear when things break directionally, so that may help them know if someone's behind them if they're not paying attention, that kind of thing. So that one's I think that one's more to taste. For me, it distracts all the boom, 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 boom crap. Right. I want to do whatever I can do to remain calm and kind of collected and figure out who's doing what to do. I have it on, but it's very, very low.
Very low, yeah.
Yeah. But some of the big guys, no kidding, talk about using sound direction as part of SA gathering. So
that's cool. Never thought about that actually. Yeah. That's cool.
All right, Spirit of War 66. I think we said that is Commander AF's code for the Lance and Sea.
Yep.
Crew and XP cell.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't? Okay, yeah. So it's the Lance and Sea, guys. Spirit of War 66. The two numbers, 66. We did the Labor Day thing, and I think that's everything here. Oh, Hurricane Ida. Now this is kind of funny because probably if you're in the midst of Hurricane Ida, you're not listening to me, but if for some reason you are or know somebody or whatever, go onto the website and submit a ticket, and then they will, it doesn't really say what they'll do. Refund any Watt Premium account time missed. Well, there you go. I guess theoretically, if you're out for 2 weeks because your internet's down, you should be able to submit a ticket and get 2 weeks back.
Do you, we sort of, I'm just typing in Commander AF's code to see what we get. War.
Yeah, there's some food and something else, some mission.
For me, right, and I know, jokingly, that's cool. Yeah, rental of the Lance and access to mission, 5 personal reserves. Plus 200% to combat experience for now. Nice. Okay, happy with that. For me, I know jokingly we sometimes pop at Wargaming, for example, the business about the check line and that, but actually locally, and I think we spoke about this before, locally, that's a good deal. That's a nice thing to do. Somebody's actually thought about that. All those people who are suffering with the storms, with Ida. I mean, I'm taking it predominantly East Coast. I'm not sure, is it?
So, Ida? No, well, I mean, I suppose you could have. I think the major people who are affected by power outages is going to be in Louisiana because all of our power down here in the south, because we live in a swamp, is above ground on poles. It's not buried, so we tend to get crushed when a hurricane comes through power-wise. It just knocks all the poles down. It takes forever to restring everything and all that. That's what got us here in 2018 with Hurricane Michael. We were out without power for probably 4 weeks here at my house, maybe 3 weeks.
Wow, that long?
Yeah, I was down for 3 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks without power, and then a month and a half or so, or whatever it was, without internet.
Wow. But I mean, coming back to that, I mean, locally, Wargaming do the right thing, don't they? At the end of the day, they could have just ignored that as a problem. Why are we bothered about it? But actually,
all the truly stupid ideas tend to come from headquarters.
Yeah.
Reference the no discount on that line. That is not a decision that was made at Wargaming at World of Tanks NA. First of all, they don't make those decisions. 2, I don't think they really would. No. But I don't know. They don't. I'm sure. I guess they probably do have a marketing department, but they don't. I don't think they have a monetization necessarily. They may have a liaison with the headquarters. I don't know what their internal structure looks like, but
I would imagine that they get told what to do.
Absolutely, they don't. They do not make decisions on things like that. But locally, for the hurricane, they probably went, hey, and send it up the flagpole. We want to do this, and then they probably bless it. So the local people try to look out. The European guys look out for the European side, and our guys look out for the North American side. They're trying to get the South American thing going too. So.
No, yeah, I appreciate. I think definitely locally, there's good people there trying to do the good things. And I bet they feel as frustrated as we do when they see these edicts coming down from high above saying this has got to be this and this is, and people locally be going, that'll never wash with the NA server, but we'll have to do it.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of choice, and there's so many little things that I don't think, when everything's a priority, nothing's a priority. They can't fight every fight. And that one's such a small thing that we just went off on, and it's fun to do that. I'm not defending it. I still think it's like one of the stupidest things I've seen recently. It is a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but at the same time, it's what we talk about a lot. It's these weird, unforced errors that happen for no real gain that you can see. Clearly, there's a gain, but was it really worth being so cheesy to get that little bit of extra cash out of people while they're grinding that line? I guess it must be, right? They made the decision.
Well, and that just makes it confirmation bias to those that knock around the forums with their tinfoil hats on, going, Wargaming's this and Wargaming's that. All that does is confirm it to them. They go, I told you.
Well, yeah. But when you keep doing it, you're kind of doing it yourself. It's a Lance and C odd dog, not the Primo Victoria. So this week is Lance and C, for at least that's what her video said this week. I am not giving away Sturf K Wayne. We did that yesterday or 2 days ago. 2 days ago on Friday.
You did, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
I hope that went out. I didn't check it. I did put it in. Who won it? Was it Metal Lover? Did Metal Lover win it?
Metal Lover Madness won it, didn't he? I'm sure he did.
No. It was Guardians of the Soul Lane. Guardians won it. Yep. Thanks, Metal Lover.
We nearly got Metal Lover Madness going. What tank?
I won it?
Did I win it? Nobody told me.
Oh, shit. All right. Where were we? Is that it for missions and specials? Let's take a quick troll through the...
Go to the mission.
Through the UI real quick. We forgot to turn this on, too. There we go.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? Sorry, there we go. Yeah. Did yours work first off?
Yep.
Ah, you see, you've got somebody working on it.
It's getting lubed up and loose, you know what I
mean? I'm getting concerned now that I will have to sing YMCA at the end.
YMCA. Okay. Fresh look bonus set. That's been sitting around for a while. As a matter of fact, it looks like pretty soon we should get the new Prime Gaming thing coming up. So maybe the 9th, I guess. This one ends on the 8th. That's pretty soon. So next week, I think. There is some information out on it. I don't think there's a commander involved, at least the last time I saw the article. So that's coming out. You get a few goodies and missions and stuff. There's Commander AF's mission. So as Pilgrim said, coffee and some decals, Viking helmet.
Yeah.
I think this is the mission. The personal reserves just show up once you put the code in.
Oh, right, okay.
Watch Salute Standard, that's been going on. Here's the Labor Day thing we talked about. The Labor Day weekend store. There's a song that says that. What is that? That's a Jimmy Buffett, I think. Excuse me. Watch Salute.
You're not going to sing it now, are you?
No. Foch B, on track. Your multipliers for on track, and that's it.
You had your volume went completely crazy at that point.
Oh, am I back?
You are back now. Yeah, it was like, oh my god, it was like DayZ all over.
Oh,
like a zombie. Was that me? No, don't do that. Do not do that. I have nightmares anyway.
I don't know if that's a cow or a zombie. It might be a zombie cow.
Yeah, probably a cow, actually. Actually, get this, the tape gun at work. You know, you get tape guns in the warehouse that tape the boxes up. Well, when the guys do it, they do this noise. It sounds like a deer on DayZ in the woods that make that noise. And I'm looking around looking for deer, looking to shoot them. Look at that's the lads with the tape guns. All right. I reckon they recorded that and used it for DayZ.
Odd Dog is making Swedish crews without tanks. That's the kind of dedication to World of Tanks that I love right there.
Isn't it just
planning for tanks I may never get.
Yeah.
Oh, Meldeeth is he's the on track man. He's done the Type 5 and now he's on to the Foch. It's a good way to do it, man. Extra goodies for grinding. Why not? Provided that's the one of the tanks you want to do. Okay, that's it for missions and specials. Unless anybody's got any other questions or whatnot, let us move on to subjects du jour.
Let's do that.
We sort of already hit it, but strap in. Holidays are coming. Brace yourselves. The holidays are coming. Kind of looking forward to that, actually.
Well, I am, because it's not about all the great stuff you get, but it just makes it more immersive. All this sort of stuff. There's things you can do, and that you've got a reason to have your 30 battles in a day and all that sort of good stuff. So yeah.
Because we need a reason, right?
Yeah, we need.
Otherwise we don't do it.
Well, we sort of with swings and roundabouts. The other thing is I can validate the expenditure to my house general. Oh, but it's Christmas and it's
Christmas.
Boxes, so, yeah,
That's right. It's the spirit of giving to myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want anything for my birthday or Christmas this year. I'll just use the money for World of Tanks. Thank you.
The kind of gift that just over the years you can cherish and get it out of the box and go, I remember it.
Yeah.
Or just these ethereal pixels.
Ethereal pixels, but I do like to stroke my AS3A occasionally, and the other sort of thing. YMCA. Okay, let's stop that now.
I've muted him, guys. He's no longer. You can't hear him anymore. They didn't hear you say that. Yeah, you've been chat banned by Guido. Bring on the loot box. Let's gamble on some boxes, baby. Hey, we didn't talk about this actually, but that reminds me. The World of Warships thing.
Yeah.
A little continuation of it. I guess they've issued an apology.
Yeah.
It's exactly the words you would expect them to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, who plays ships? I play a little bit. I haven't played much at all in the last probably 5 or 6 months. I was going along quite a bit for a while, and then I sort of stopped. For free, how you doing? But yeah, so they've issued an apology, and we'll see where that goes. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with their community contributor program.
Well, is it still ongoing? I wonder if they're still recruiting. I have no idea, but
I don't know.
I would imagine they are still looking at people and possibly recruiting.
What is Steel Ocean? Is that a competitor?
Google it now. Steel Ocean.
Google foo. All right, let's go to. We're going to talk about Battle Pass real quick here. So Season 6 is upon us. Where is it? Let me get this thing going. Sparky, what's happening? All right, here we go. Battle Pass. I found it. Starting on the 6th, that's tomorrow, on Monday. We're off to the races with the new season. The tanks are the 268, the Centurion Action X, and the M4 MLE 54. So right. French heavy, British medium, right? And a casemate Russian TD. Standard thing, you can get the points by being top for victory and defeat, top 10, top 3. Ranked battles will get Battle Pass points, so you won't be missing out on Battle Pass while you play ranked. That also starts on Monday. We'll get to that in just a minute. We have additional points. Let's see. Daily missions, so you'll get extra points for that. That's good. We have Frontline. You'll get points for Frontline, as we did last time, so that's all still same. Frontline tier, you'll also receive Battle Pass points. So this is the reward system for Frontlines we talked about, where you're getting bloody directives. But here's the points. In relation to Battle Pass, you get a considerable number of points. That's good. And then we have progression point limits. As usual, guys, Tier 6 is the best bang for your buck, because every time you get to 100 points, you get 15 extra. You get 15% extra. If you do the math, at Tier 7, it takes you 250 points, and you only get 20, which is less than 10%, and only gets worse as you go higher. 3.5%, is that right? For 1,000, it looks like. So there you go.
Yeah.
1,000, yeah, 3.5%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is 3.5.
So, Tier 6.
Here's a question on Battle Pass for you, and it may be that a lot of people are in this position. I, for example, have got to level 109. So, does that level continue on the next Battle Pass?
Starts over.
That's it. Starts over. Right. So if that's the case, if you want to do this, not that I'm going to do it, but if I wanted to do this, purchase stages to complete this whole thing, then it's going to take 10,500 gold.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. Not unless you want the coins to get a tank, and even then, that now you're paying 10,500 gold for a tank.
For a tank, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't. I did it the first time round with all that spare gold I had from Christmas, but I certainly wouldn't go ahead and do this.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just flush with gold from Christmas and you really don't see any way you might use it, then you might do that because and someone just asked a question. I think it was Metal Lover. Yes, for this, your battle pass for the year will roll over. So whatever coins you have will now be added to whatever you get in this last season. However, that's it for this year. Then you need to spend those coins. If you don't spend them, they'll be converted into bonds.
Right. Okay. No, that's fine.
So there's another.
Sorry, I got the K91 P2 with my coins.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wouldn't get enough to get the Kunstpanzer.
I'm trying to remember how many coins are available.
Well, there's 18, isn't there? I think it's enough to get the Kunstpanzer.
Well, there's 6 more, right, for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 18, isn't there? There's another 18 available. Correct.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. So you can get the Kunstpanzer if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yep.
But as you said, that's 10,500 gold for a tank.
Yep. And there's bounty equipment at the end of each one of those things that you get as well. So there's another 18 coins, which is quite a few, added to what you have. Then we come down here to the reward. Where'd they go? That is not it. There it is. Nope, those are the tanks. Let me scroll. Where's the reward tanks? There they are.
Yeah.
So the Kunza is 18. So you can actually get the Kunza in one battle pass.
Yeah.
The K91 is 12. The 777, which I've warmed up to. This is a better tank than I thought. 9 tokens. Yeah. Char Futur is fantastic for 9 tokens. And then the A Phase 1, very good heavy for 9 tokens. So really, this battle pass, you could get 18. Then you could get another 18, which would have given you, that's 21. That leaves 3. Almost all of these in one year of battle pass, if you finish the whole thing. And you bought the improved battle pass. So really, you're kind of buying these tanks anyway, frankly. Yeah. It would take you 7,500 gold to have improved battle pass. So you are spending some money to get these tanks.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, with all the extra, if you want to monetize the bond equipment and all the other stuff that comes with it, I got out of this battle pass the 3 tanks: the A Phase, the Char Futur, and the K91.
You can get 27 coins.
Yeah.
You can get 27 tokens or coins or whatever they are without buying the improved battle pass, and that'll get you 7. That'll get you, say, the Kunza and one of the 9 token ones if you want it.
Sure. Yeah. So
you can get them for free if you don't pay, but what you don't get is the bounty equipment.
Bounty equipment, yeah.
Because that's hidden behind the paywall. Yeah. And all the rest of these goodies down below are hidden behind the paywall. So there you go. So that's Battle Pass. There's really nothing that's changed, actually. It's just a continuation. They haven't added any big things or taken anything away. They've changed the 3 tanks that are these subject tanks. These actually make more points. But really, I don't think they make. Do they make more points, or do they have a higher limit? I can't remember. Maybe they make more points.
No, they've only selected one. Yeah.
No, they actually make more points. They actually make more points than the standards. Wait. Oh no, that's. Why are there 2 charts? What am I missing here? Oh, ranked. Okay, ranked. So So the list is for pubs and ranked.
Right. Okay.
In ranked, if you're bottom 3, you don't make anything.
Oh right. Oh no, that's right. Yeah. No.
There's also the Chevron question. That's a different question. But for battle pass points, bottom 3, you don't make any battle pass points.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the ranked stuff. Let's go back and we'll take a look now at the ranked stuff. That's the battle pass stuff. Look at the ranked stuff. Where's ranked? Which kind of has a couple things going on here. So first, let's just jump into the Bond store, because the Bond store has had some tanks added to it that are not, and this is not something that has anything to do with ranked. So if you go to the store, you go to the little Bond symbol, you will note that we have a bunch more tanks in the Bond store. Now I have them all in Garage. So they've added several tanks in there. The only one I don't have for Bonds right now is the Liberté, although I have the non-painted version of this tank. They did not add any tier 10s.
Right. Because we know why.
Why?
Because it's going to be a ranked thing.
Well, yeah, there's a tier 10 reward, and these were Clan Wars rewards, and well, this one wasn't actually. So, you know, they're saving it for other stuff, right? Clan Wars rewards, number 1, so that's one thing. They're apparently not going to put anything more than the 121B and the M60 in. And then you've got Ranked, which now has a tier 10. We'll get to that in just a minute, as opposed to a tier 9. And then we have selling stuff on black markets and whatever for various crap, which is where the FV Death Star version of this comes in.
Yeah.
This is the heavy version of that rear-mounted, rear-turreted tank. So they added the Senlac, I think the Patton KR. I don't remember which of these have been added, but what they've got is quite a few tier 8s. Senlac, yeah. Patton KR, not very good. Mutts, better than most people think. Guard, fun but not amazing. Chrysler K, still pretty good tank. Patriot, decent, been power creeped. IS-6B, avoid it. I like it, but preferential matchmaking's day is over. IS-5 recently buffed, although the IS-6B was buffed as well. Kreslowski recently buffed. Kind of odd ducks, but not too bad and kind of fun. Alpine Tiger I actually sort of like better than the IS-6, to be honest.
Right.
T-103, this may be one of the best additions to the Bond shop.
Right.
To be quite honest. And the IS-2 for tier 7. This is a really good, the IS-2 shielded is pretty good. It's not as good as the M, but it's pretty good. So those are both okay. And then the Hydrostat 34 shielded and RBFM. For low tier stuff, this is really pretty good. The RBFM.
Yeah.
Not bad. That was actually a little marathon at one point in the past.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And it's quite a handy little TD, actually.
Yeah. So there you go. Those are the new Bond tanks. Nothing to go, holy cow, that's awesome. You know what I mean? There's just some more options, which is okay. So now, go ahead.
Six-Pack Daddy makes a good point there. I wonder why tanks in the Bond shop do not differ in cost by tank type, like they do when buying with gold.
Yeah, all the tier 8s are 8,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
It's a good question. I have no answer for it. Okay, it's Ranked is coming back. So they've maintained the 10v10 format, guys.
Good.
Again, I'd prefer 7v7, but the problem with that is figuring out chevron losses. I mean, if they made you either have the bottom 2 or the bottom 1. Those are the only 2 that make sense.
Yeah.
And the bottom 2 is kind of rough, and the bottom 1's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So I sort of see one of the reasons anyway why they didn't go to 7v7. So we have 7v7, and the reward is this bad boy right here. The SP-114.
114.
Battle Pass, you get it done. All right, so we have Division 3, 2, then 1. Division 3 has 2 locked permanent ranks. Once you get there, you cannot go back down below them. Division 2 and 1 only have one such thing at the middle. And then we have Bronze, Gold, and Silver League. Here's the points you get. 1 or 2 chevrons, 3 to 7, 1, 8 to 10 on the winning team, none. The number 1 on the losing team, 2 to 4 is a push, and then if you're in the bottom 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you lose a chevron on the losing team. A little bit stiff. These missions, I don't know if you remember last time, but they didn't have a mission for every what do they call them? Roll, for every roll. I think they do now. I didn't do the math, but I believe there's a mission for each roll.
Right.
So we have support heavy sniper tank, support tank destroyer. Then we have assault, breakthrough, assault, medium. Yeah. So it looks like they heard that message. Versatile tank. So I think minus Artie, which doesn't have a roll.
Of course.
It doesn't make bonds. So that's good. And then we come down here, and these are the rewards. So qualification, didn't see where it said 20 battles, but I assume it is, again, 20 battles. I could not, it might have been in the video. I didn't see it in the verbiage. If it was there, I missed it. So I believe 20 battles for qual, and then you go division, and then it's got all the goodies, and you get a token. Now here's the key for the token. And by the way, this is they have these things offset for ranked. It's kind of a pain in the ass to keep track of it, but it's the 2021 to 2022 first season. That means there's more to come.
Right.
They don't have, I don't think, in here a list of when the rest of the seasons are.
No, I couldn't find it. They may well have it, but I couldn't see it.
That being said, you're going to get a token coming out of qual. You get 1 for division, that's 2. 3 for division 2. 4 for division 1, and then we get into these leagues where we have styles and things. And it looks like the gold league actually can get you another token if you get to gold league.
Yeah.
So that's 5. 5 tokens. Here's what the tokens cost, or what you need, how many tokens you need to get the final reward. So if you have 3 tokens, you get the small reward, which is just 1,000 bonds. Standard reward is 6. As you can see, you can't get that much in one season. You will be forced to play more than one season if you want the top one. The lowest amount of tokens you need to get the 114 SP2 is 9.
Yeah.
So math in public is at least 3 ranked seasons of getting through division.
Yeah, you've got to get through. Yeah, you've got to get through to.
You got to get through to division 1. Well, actually, that's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens. Do that twice, and then on the 3rd rank, you could do qual and get your 9th token.
Yeah.
Or some variation of that, right?
Or yeah, you can vary.
Yeah.
If you don't manage to get through and get whatever division, you can just plow through. But you've got 3 3 levels.
So each iteration, 4 tokens, unless you're a gold league kind of person. In which case, if you did that twice, you would have 10 tokens, and that would get you to the 114. Or you can go all the way up to 15, which is quite a few, and you're going to get, I don't know what else. What else do you get that matters? 2 garage slots, silver league. You get 1 more piece of improved equipment.
Oh, right, okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Another 6. So you have to grind really hard.
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
That being said, I wonder if that means there's only 3 ranked iterations, because that would be 5 coins a time, meaning you had to get to gold league 3 times.
Yeah. Otherwise,
to only get 1 more piece of improved equipment.
Yeah.
I don't see any extra bonds or anything involved in all this either. If you get to the gold league or silver league, so there you go. That's the deal there. We'll talk about the tank in just a minute. The other thing that happens with this, guys, is it will open up a unique or a special, whatever they call it, bond store through the ranked portal, which is how I got my Skoda T45. I just bought it for $12,500 off of last ranked. And you'll be able to buy the Concept 1B, which was last time's prize, the Kampfpanzer, which was 2 times ago, I believe, and now the Charlemagne's been added in there. So the Charlemagne is 15,000. That's pretty stiff for a mediocre tier 8 heavy tank.
Isn't it just? That's an awful lot of bond grinding, that, isn't it?
Concept 1B is really good. That is a good tank, better than the AE Phase 1 in my opinion, slightly. So that's probably my first choice. Now, whether I have 20,000 bonds by then, I suppose by the end of the year I'll be able to buy it if I do enough ranked to get there.
Right. Are you planning on doing ranked?
I don't know, man. I'm saying I am, because I'd really love to get the 114, but we'll see. I've given up on it every time because it just drives me crazy.
I think one day. I think it was one day.
Yeah. So the Charlemagne was given to me on my sheriff account
Right.
That's where I did the content off of it, and it was a rental.
Right.
So if you extrapolate that to another tank that's involved in this, what's funny about that is I think it was Cliffy or somebody mentioned, hey, I saw an interesting tank on your tank list, your stats. Well, you can't see people's sheriff stats, so that's one thing you can't check on. So that loop was closed, at least by giving it to us on our sheriff accounts. I'm not really pleased with that. First of all, it's a rental, and you can't do field mods on a rental, so I can't talk to that, which kind of sucks.
No. Yeah.
So that didn't.
Well, it's restricting content now, isn't it?
Well, a little bit, and it's on your sheriff account, which means that people YOLO you, so you don't quite get the same experience out of playing the tank. So we'll have reviews on these things. All right, speaking of the big tank, here it is, the 114 SP2.
Right.
650 damage, my friends.
Oof.
273 pen, 329 with gold. Decently fast, top speed of 45. I will say that if you look at the terrain resistances on tanks.gg, you will notice that it probably will never hit that speed unless it's headed downhill.
Right.
Dispersion of 0.32, which is actually quite good for a big, heavy-hitting TD. Look at the reload, 14.4 seconds.
Wow.
So if you do the math...
When it comes, you're telling us it's an accurate gun, and it hits...
Very accurate, and it reloads quickly.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if it gives it... Did it not give a DPM? Isn't that interesting? Did I miss it? I did. It doesn't give a DPM.
Right.
It's high. I mean, do that math.
It's going to be high, isn't it?
14 seconds. Yeah, it's high. It's 650. So if you do the math on dispersion with equipment, brothers in arms, food, it gets down into the mid-20s.
Right, okay. Well,
which is extremely accurate.
Yeah.
Then it's got -7 gun depression, not amazing, but usable. If you do the math on putting equipment, brothers in arms, food, and things on the reload time, it gets down to 11-ish seconds.
Good grief. Whoa.
Yeah. So a 650 alpha shot at you every about 11 seconds.
That's horrible.
With a 0.26 or so, 27, whatever it is, accuracy.
Yeah.
Is brutal. And it has a turret. Oh, by the way, it's a 360 turret.
Oh, really? Oh,
now, it's
really?
extremely slow. If you
Yeah.
take a look at the... You probably have to go on tanks.gg to get it, because I don't think it shows the turret. No, it doesn't. It doesn't show the turret traverse, but it's slow. If you go on tanks.gg.
You can add equipment to speed that up if you wanted to.
You can, but it's a TD, and it's got paper armor. Someone just said that. So, yeah, not much armor.
Yeah.
However, it's fast enough with a flexible turret with a fast enough firing gun that as a support, it can flex to support heavium, I guess, if it needs to. If you look at its stats, that's the kind of thing a tank like this would be able to do.
It's almost BL gun territory, isn't it? When it's like that, when it's I'm not saying it's up, but when it's as powerful as it is, it's almost the BL gun saga thing.
I mean, it's got an 18-kilometer reverse, which is quite useful and fast for a TD.
Yeah.
Generally, TDs are extremely slow in reverse. This is very good for popping out, shooting, and getting back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. It's an interesting tank. Now, it's a tier 10. If you remember, we go down here and look at the past ones. What are those? What tier are all those?
They were tier 9, wasn't
9. Yeah, for the top prize, the compounds and the concept. So now all of a sudden, ranked as a tier 10. Guess what you can't do with your tier 10 in ranked once you win it?
Don't know.
Can't play ranked in it.
Oh no, of course you can't.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't that? Zero.
But you can take your extremely powerful, good to great player, very friendly tank, and pub stomp.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can sit on the second level, just walloping people for what was it, 6 whatever it was.
650, yeah.
650 a go every 11 seconds. You're sat facing that, wondering why the hell am I here? what am I doing? And you throw a load of camo on that, and you throw a lot of good crew skills in there, and you'll never be seen either.
So, judging purely from the stats on their website, it's kind of nutty. It's kind of a nutty tank, actually.
Yeah.
And it's got all of the characteristics and attributes of being very useful to good players.
Clan Wars is a question.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, everything's available in Clan Wars, so yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see this being Clan Wars meta.
No.
I mean, you can do the same thing it does with a chieftain. So I mean, you're not hitting as hard, but everything else is better about the chieftain, really. So I don't think it's necessarily a Clan Wars meta tank, but I could be wrong because I'm not one of these guys that sits around figuring out strats for Clan Wars, and these guys can figure out how to use the good tanks. Well, that one remains to be seen. I won't make any speculations on that.
Yeah.
I don't tend to think so, but what do I know? I don't know. I don't think it's fast enough for them. For one thing.
I think as a generality, Clan Wars is very maneuver warfare orientated.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you put a turbo on this, I don't think it's really that fast. That 45, if you take a look at the soft stats and the terrain of the game, it doesn't really get to 45.
No.
In my estimation.
Well, getting there is in your estimation.
Yeah, in my estimation.
Getting there is the point. It's the power to weight ratio which is more important, I think, than top speed.
Yep. So there you go. That's ranked, guys. There's a tier 10 reward. You will open up a special bond shop. The one key about that is the same thing as ranked season X. You only have to get to, where is it? Division. Reach the 2nd division to unlock it. And I don't remember actually if there were missions for discounts. Did I miss those? Maybe they were a thing in the past, but now I don't know. I don't remember seeing it. Is it here?
I've not seen it.
I didn't see the missions for discounts unless they're just not listed yet. It was actually, they did talk about it in here, I remember, because the most you could get was a 6,000 bond discount.
Yes, that was it.
Where is it? 3 pieces of equipment, blah blah blah, new firm, blah, blah, blah. Charlemagne. Huh. Was it in a different... I did read it somewhere. Now I don't remember where it was.
I think it was on the... go back to all the news. I'm trying to think when it was.
I thought it was there. Probably just went by it. Or maybe it was in the video. Could have been in the video as well. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. Anyway, I know you can get a discount somehow. I think it's through missions. I just don't think they're listed here necessarily, but they will show up when the thing starts, from what I remember. I don't know. Somebody's got the link to it. Chuck it down there. It's in here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. There you go. Personal cumulative discount. There it is. These valuable goodies will be available for purchase with your personal cumulative discount, and the size of your reward depend on your progress during the season. We've added 2 more great vehicles. So somewhere, but it doesn't really list it here, does it? Am I missing it?
No.
So if I get to is there a discount listed in here somewhere? Aim tuning, advanced.
No, it doesn't show in the.
No, but it is. That's how you do it, I believe. As you progress, there's somewhere along here. There's a way to get the discounts. Maybe it's part of the divisions. Anyway, you're going to get a discount up to. It was weird how they did it. It was 60%. No more than 6,000, I believe, is what it was.
Yeah, I remember that being the verbiage. I think at that point. You've just had a follow from
Bobby P. Thanks, man. Welcome.
And then you got Metal Lover Madness and Pig just having a quick discussion about it, and I think actually they've hit the nail on the head. That for what it is, there is going to be the negatives to it, which they're pointing out. You know what I mean? It's Chinese tanks aren't allowed to be meta for long in Clan Wars anyway. Yeah, that's true. So there you go.
Metal Lover, I think it is going to be a threat in pubs.
Yeah.
We'll learn more about that as we go. I can't really talk about it, but I don't think it's going to cover up pubs or cause a big imbalance. But it is going to be effectively used based on its stats. It's got a lot going for it.
Well, I not knowing anything about the tank, but having just looked at it as much as what you've just looked there, I would hasten to add it's a BL10 thing. I think.
But it's got a turret, so you've got the flexibility of having turret. It's a slow turret. It's the kind of the idea of the T-30 where it can be played as a heavy tank, but it's got some negatives that make it a little bit difficult to use sometimes in a brawl. Or if you look at a Hellcat, you're like, ooh, a Hellcat's really fast. I should be able to turn into a medium. You can, but it has some drawbacks because the turret's slow and the traverse is slow and other stuff like that. So there's a similar situation with this, but it has a turret. That's hugely flexible. Just think about sitting in a bush and not breaking camo by turning your turret, whereas a casemate has to turn its hull. So anything with a turret has a slight advantage when dealing with multiple axes of multiple bogies of multiple fire axes. So there, I don't know. There you go.
We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be change the meta or become a clan wars tank. That's just my opinion. Maybe it does, but I don't see where it would really fit in there. All right, cool. Yeah, the 110. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of a 110E4 thing, but a lot less armor and a little more flexibility than even the 110E4. And it fires faster. All right, cool. So Bond Shop rank, we got that top 5. Hurricane Ida. That's it, man. I think we've covered everything.
I think we've done well.
If you guys got questions, throw them down there. But while we do that, we're gonna have Pilgrim come up with his contest, and he's increased the amount because this one's in theory a little harder.
It is indeed. It is indeed. So what we're going to go with this week, ladies and gentlemen, is 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold for a 3-part question on because it's Labour Day. I thought I'd throw that out there, but Plymouth Rock is not the right answer, Wayne. It's not the right answer, but we'll go there. It's all about the Tiger tank. As you know, the Tiger 131, the only working Tiger in the world, sits in the British Museum or the Tank Museum in Bovington. But it's about the Tiger generally. So it's a 3-part question. Now, the reason why it's 1,000 gold is not just because it's Labour Day, but because it's quite complicated answers. So I'm going to give you all week. So the first person over this next 7 days until Coffee Talk next Sunday who gets the right answers will win, and you'll get told on Sunday. So you'll not know if you've won till Sunday. Okay. Woohoo! Keep the suspense going. Yeah. So here we go.
What if they nail it here, like in the next 5 minutes?
Well, if we're still on stream, then yeah. If we're still on the stream, I will announce it.
All right.
But if not, then it'll go till next Sunday, and the first person to either message me in game or whisper to me on Twitch. That's the only 2 means of contacting me. So, or on Discord, of course. So Discord, Twitch, or in game. I'll switch that off now. The first person will get it.
Okay.
All right. And it'll go by my timestamp. Sorry, but that's the way it is.
Judges' decisions are final.
Absolutely. All right. So here we go. Without further ado, the 3-part question based on the internet has banned me, Wayne. So you can send me snail mail. I'll put my address up later, which is Buckingham Palace, by the way. So anyway, without further ado, the Tiger tank.
Care of Lizzie.
Okay. Yeah, care of Lizzie. All right, Lizzie. You got some mail for me, girl? One doesn't have mail, one owns the mail. Okay, you imagine. It's the Royal Mail, after all. Anyway, where were we? Drive sprocket, Tiger tanks. Drive sprocket, first part of the 3-part question. Which is the drive sprocket, front or rear? There you go, you get a 50-50 chance. Front or rear? Tigers, front or rear drive sprocket? I'll give you the reasons behind all that afterwards. Right. Part 2 of the question. There are 4 types of ammunition overall used on the Tiger during the Second World War. 4 types of ammunition. They've got the I don't know what they call it, the initials of the ammunition. All right. So, for example, if it's HE, it's HE. So I need the 4 lots of initials. So there are 4 different types of ammunition used in the Tiger tank, and there are initials for it. So give me the 4 initials of each of the types of ammunition, or the initials of each type of ammunition. And then the third question, or third part of the question, sorry, third part of the question is, what was the combat weight of the Tiger tank? The combat weight of the Tiger tank. Do you want the initials in German? Jawohl, mein Führer. Yeah, so drive sprocket, 4 ammo type, and combat weight is basically what I'm after. So what's the drive sprocket front and rear? Give me the initials of the 4 types of ammunition contained within the Tiger, and what was its combat weight. And there are stories behind each of those questions with answers, which I'll either allude to this week or we'll go through it on Sunday. Because there's some interesting facts about the Tiger tank, which not a lot of people know. There you go, guys. Leave it with you. Guido got the answer straight away. But he didn't win.
I don't know. I think some people may find it. I just actually found all 3.
Cool. That'd be good. If
They might knock it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's for 1,000 gold. Well, I feel deflated now. I thought that was quite difficult.
No, I think some of the other ones were more difficult, man.
You think so?
It's all right though. So this is episode 193, I believe.
What, Coffee Talk?
Yeah, we're coming up on the 200th episode.
Wow.
Sometime in December, maybe, I think. November or December. Well,
Cool.
7 weeks from now. It is September. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like November. October.
Yeah, what a week, isn't it?
Well, it's October. It's actually close to my birthday in October. It'd be near Halloween. So
Cool.
we'll have to come up with something. If you guys have any ideas, maybe for the 200th episode, we'll certainly give something away.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 200 Sunday mornings down the drain.
Yeah. Actually, part of the prize will be from me. Will be allowing you to come to my backyard and do all the plants all ready for winter. So there you go. There's an incentive.
What do you do? What do you do?
Hey,
Put a bag on them?
Yeah, I've got to cut all my roses down and everything for winter. So yeah.
What do you? Okay, so that's a good question because I actually have that question. I got a rose that's sort of running riot right now. It wants to be really tall.
Okay.
I don't know if it might be a climber or not, but you cut them all the way back every
yeah,
winter?
I've got bushes. I don't have climbers, but I've got bushes.
Mm-hmm.
So they sort of spread out that way.
Yeah.
And what I do, I cut them down to about that big, stump them. And what I do is exactly what you just said. I put a plastic bag over them and then surround it with compost. So it's like a wall of compost or compost.
Right. I don't have to do that because we don't freeze unless we actually freeze.
No, that's protected from the frost over here. So, and the compost just feeds it during the winter. And I just leave them then, and then the next year it'll have feeder shoots which come up, and I only let one grow out because if you let the feeder shoots do its thing, all the energy goes into the feeder shoots and not into creating flowers. So I trim off all the other feeder shoots and allow one feeder shoot to go up, and then it'll just branch out, and then you get your flowers.
I sort of do that. I mean, I definitely, as soon as they flower, I cut them back considerably, and then it starts another feeder shoot somewhere else. But it tends to get taller and taller, so I was thinking, well, I guess I need to just cut them all the way back at some point.
Yeah. Take it. I mean, you can take roses right down to stumps.
Yeah.
About 6 inches is about it. But cut above the leaf stem. Sometimes they've got little leaf stems at the bottom.
Yeah, I know how to do that. You cut them right above where it comes out, and that works out. So I got that from my mom. Figured all that stuff out. But I've kind of let them get a little spindly and tall because they keep making flowers. And
okay,
I cut them back a little bit, but what I think I need to do, because I got quite a few knuckles where they've come off. I need to bring them way back. The problem is down low I don't have a lot of leaves. So
that's you'll have some dead wood underneath as well, so you need to look at that as well.
Yeah.
Take the dead wood out. But I mean, with roses, you can. The other thing with that, if you've got spindlies like that, put a lattice work behind it, even though they're not climbers, if they are bushes.
Yeah.
Metal Lover Madness, Tiger 1 drive sprocket, rear. 2 to 4 types of ammunition used in ammunition. Right, okay. There's some good information there, but it's not quite right. It's close, but it's not quite right, Metal Lover Madness. I know that's a cut and paste from somewhere, but this is what I'm saying. The Tiger was very interesting. When it went into service, it was slightly different to your answers. And there are reasons why.
Interesting. All right, cool.
Yeah, cool. There's a lot of good stuff there, Metal Love and Madness, but you are like 0.5% off with a lot of those answers, if that helps. Not that it does, but yeah.
All right, awesome. So there you go. You've got your mission. If you want 1,000 gold, look for. I'll be having some of the partner videos come out pretty soon. There'll be information coming out soon on the 114. So look for that. You'll see that fairly soon as well, if you're interested in what that looks like and all that good stuff. I'm planning on streaming tomorrow for a bit. We'll see what happens. Actually, I didn't consider that the early evening I might actually be grilling, as Pig said. So I may not actually be doing my charity one. I may be grilling some steaks and chilling out with the friends. So we'll see. We'll see. And then if I get some time during the week, depending on how the week goes, obviously I'll pop up a stream as I can. And that's pretty much it, man. You got anything else for the people there, Pilgrim?
I haven't, apart from stay safe and enjoy.
Absolutely.
See you on the battlefield, I guess.
All right, we'll see you guys out there. Squeedo signing off from the left side of the Atlantic.
Pilgrim signing off from the correct side of the land.
See you guys.